welcome along to Crunching Gears. This is a bit of a change of scene for me. We're going to do a magazine type event or type program where we look forward to events coming up. So we're going to start looking back, obviously, on Monte and looking forward to Galway. So I'm joined in this episode by Conor Edwards and Ian Beasant. You're very welcome along.
Thank you.
Thanks a million. Great to be here.
Thank you. So we're going to catch up in this here episode. We're going to speak to Alastair Fisher, Callum Devine, Kevin Eves and Kevin Flanagan, just to get their thoughts on the upcoming Galway rally. Yeah, Crunching Gears has always been, let's talk rallying. There's always the tagline. So for the last 2 years, there hasn't been much rallying to talk about, but now Galway coming up now at the weekend and Monte just there over not last weekend, the previous weekend. We have a wee bit of rallying to talk about. So I suppose we should start with Monte. What a performance by the two Sebs. Ian, do you want to take that up on that?
Yeah, unbelievable, wasn't it? Because even before it, you'd have said, yes, Seb Ogier, master of Monte Carlo, and, put him in a new car, put him in a new co-driver, put him in the French Alps, not going to make much of a difference, is it? So you'd have said that. Sebastian Loeb coming back, the last time he was there was in a Hyundai. He didn't impress, and he went away disappointed. Mm-hmm. He didn't do much testing in the new Puma, and all new cars for everybody, so nobody really knew. You watch them all on YouTube, they all look good, but nobody really knew unless you put them together against each other, see what's going to happen. Loeb goes out on the first shakedown, fastest. Second shakedown, fastest. Then he goes second fastest on the first two stages on Friday evening. And then I think he cleaned up on Saturday. And he put manners on Ogier. Mm-hmm. But it led for a great battle. But they were so far ahead, like they were a minute ahead of the third place man at all times.
Yes.
So it was Ott Tanak, Terry Neville, Craig Breen eventually finished up there. Mm-hmm. And I've been watching since. See the way those two guys handle themselves and the way they handle the Monte Carlo. Anybody, young or old, wants to know about rallying should watch that. Because they are the masters. There's no doubt about it. And, Craig Breen, fantastic event for him, finishing third in the podium, his first event. Yeah. And the new cars, probably, well, apart from Hyundai, who probably has the pace, but reliability is a massive problem there at the moment. Mm-hmm. And I think there's something wrong with that team. Mm-hmm. Tanak didn't really want to be there the whole weekend. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. It'll shake itself out, but what a start for M Sport, what a start for Ford. Mm-hmm. And really a good start for Toyota too, because Kelly Rovenpower was the fastest man on the Sunday.
Yes. Once he got the first night, he lost over a minute on the first night.
He wanted to go home.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
But the one thing, that makes me laugh, the hybrid thing, yes, it's wonderful around the world. And then you hear them driving, they only do it in the Park Ferme, going from service to Park Ferme, or in tire zone. Mm-hmm. You know what they sound like? Milk floats.
Yes.
Good night. That's what it sounds like.
Yes.
But they have a boost of, 100 brake horsepower.
130 brake or something, yeah. Uh-huh.
Right there, yeah. For 3 seconds.
Performance. I think the big story about them is sustainable fuel. Yes. I'd like to hear more about it.
That's got lost in the whole talk, doesn't it? Really?
Lost the whole thing, and that might affect us all in years to come. Mm-hmm. But it was a fantastic rally. There's just no doubt about it.
Mm-hmm. And Conor, what's your thoughts on Monte?
Oh, just blown away. Absolutely blown away. New cars, new regulations, and new co-driver for Ogier, new co-driver for Loeb. Like Loeb literally had just stepped off the plane, having competed in Saudi Arabia for 2 weeks, mm-hmm. where he finished second. He had a couple of days testing max in the Puma, and just to do what he did, and again, without Dano there, but with his new co-driver, and just blew everybody away, and getting grips to the new technology, the lack of center diffs, the front differentials are gone as well, and again, mastery of getting to grips with the 3 second bursts of 130 odd brake horsepower. Yeah. You're right, Ian. I think there's something desperately wrong with Hyundai or in Hyundai. Tanak hasn't looked like he's wanted to be there for a while. In Spain, he had what looked like a fairly minor off and retired. Monza, he didn't show. And, certainly he was not on form at Monte at all. And then, obviously, the internal bickering over why young Solberg retired the car, and that didn't seem to sit very well with Neville. Mm-hmm. And they're still on the hunt for a new team principal.
Yeah, which
That's
I don't know how to get one.
No, it's not. It's going to be a bit of a poison chalice, whoever takes that position, really, isn't it? You know, so yeah.
It seems to me they're back where they were in 2016.
Yeah.
Where they throw money at things, but it just doesn't seem to be working. When Adamo come in, he changed things about. Some liked him, some didn't. I thought it was a fantastic, colourful character and brilliant for the sport. And he got results.
Yeah.
The stories I'm hearing is he wanted to spend too much money, and Hyundai said, "We've spent enough."
Right.
But at that level,
It's never enough.
you can't. You have to go on.
Yeah.
But if you look at last year, they threw a ton of money at the guys getting as much experience outside of the WRC at other events. It was they couldn't, so they actually competed, and they still didn't get the Manufacturers' Championship.
They blew the Manufacturers' Championship. They led so many rallies. They probably were fastest in stage times against anyone. But they lose the Safari. Portugal. How many did they lose?
Yeah.
Suspension failing. They never got on top of.
Yeah.
Or tire strategy, where they were only there, and to be put out of the rally, if you take Monte a year ago, for Tanak to retire like that with purely just because he had got 2 punctures and that was it, he was gone.
Same thing this year.
Yeah.
Exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
He hit the car, but even so.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But I think it's great to see Ford back.
Yes.
They're maybe not back fully, but they've a lot more commitment to M Sport, and it showed.
Yeah.
M Sport turned out, what a car.
Oh, stunning looking, and it looks as if it's more than looks. It's the performance is there as well, isn't it?
You would expect it from Toyota. Toyota are the masters of putting out cars, and they put the budget and they do it in the right way, and they're very professional. M Sport are exactly the same, but they just never have had the budget in recent years, and they have done it this year. I honestly think Craig Breen is going to be under a really good shout at the championship this year.
Yeah. I think we haven't mentioned much about Craig. What a performance to come away from. He hasn't done the Monte now in a few years, and to step into that car first time out, 3rd place. It's phenomenal. It bodes really well for the year ahead.
What he was brilliant at doing was understanding Ogier and Loeb. Right, okay, put them in the French mountains on bicycles. You're not going to beat them. So take the best of what you can get, and he'd done it perfectly. He wasn't overly at home with the car, I don't think, or with himself or confident on Friday and Saturday, and he just got faster and faster and faster at his own increment speeds.
Yes.
He didn't go four fastest stage times then off the road, or he just done it, and it worked. Fantastic result for Red.
It typified Breen's career.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's never been blindingly. He's not one of these guys that will go out and, as you say, boom, boom, boom times. It's slowly catchy monkey, and it's working for him. It really is.
I think him and Paul have really got something good there.
Yeah.
And if the Puma stays as competitive, because everybody else will catch up, there's no doubt about that. It stays competitive and reliable. They could be in with a shout. I really do believe that.
I do. Yeah. I can say he's always worked very well in Sweden, so hopefully that bodes well for the upcoming event. So.
He took the old Citroen C3 to second in Sweden.
That's exactly it. But we'll speak about that another time, But we have to look forward now to Galway coming up. It's brilliant to see Irish rally and getting back on track again once again. What's your thoughts ahead of Galway? Conor, maybe you want to take that one on?
Firstly, great to see it back as a 2-day event. 15 stages. I think it's the 9 on the Saturday and 6 on the Sunday. It's a nice compact route as well. And, some of the stages are quite fast and open compared to the normal tight and twisty that you expect from Galway. I suppose part of it will be weather dependent, but can't get over how many Volkswagen Polos are going to be on Certainly, Alastair Fisher won there last year and won, and certainly the car to have, all right. And once again, Ireland has discovered a way to get the top cars into the country, and there's going to be plenty of them on the start line. The only one missing, which is unfortunate, is Matt Edwards. It would have been lovely to see him there, and it's just he's not. I haven't watched him on the Ulster Rally, and just a phenomenal drive in the Ulster last year. It would have been fantastic to see him, in Galway, just competing with Moffat's and Devine and Alastair, and see how it went.
And Ian, what's your thoughts ahead of it?
Well, Galway's wet. Always wet.
Yes.
Doesn't matter what.
Even on a good day.
Shiny tar.
Yeah.
And it's not just shiny tar, it's always shiny tar. But it's always a brilliant rally, no matter what we look at. Because at the start of the year, new cars, new drivers, and this year especially because it's 2 years since we had one.
Mm-hmm.
And Alastair Fisher, when did he come out? 2000, when he last one, 2020?
20, yep. I haven't sat in a rally car since, so.
Yeah. But he'd only sat in that car a week before it.
Mm-hmm. The day before, I think it was.
The
Actually.
day before it.
Uh-huh.
And he has the ability, and he's done it time and time again, just to get in the cars and switch on them. Him and Gordon do so much preparation before it, but not in testing because maybe they don't have the ability at the time to go testing, or the car's not right, whatever it is. But they'll be on the pace. And as you say, Conor, the polos, where are they coming from? And everybody wants one. That car's 3 years old.
Yeah.
But it just shows you, the Volkswagen team were so good when that came out. Do you remember they were going on fire and everybody says, "Oh, they're rubbish now."
They were a joke.
The class of the R5 or Rally 2 field all around the world. And I think, especially on tarmac, they're the car to have. And in Ireland, we've what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. Yeah. That's going to be a fantastic rally. Hard to pick a winner. Just pull one out of the air.
We'll get back to that later.
Kevin, I believe you were talking to a few of the drivers earlier. So what did Alastair Fisher have to say for himself?
I think it's probably more excitement than nerves, to be honest. There might be a few nerves on Friday night or Saturday morning, but at the minute I'm just sort of enjoying the build-up, focusing on the week ahead and getting prepared. Just making sure everything's in place, all the equipment and the cars getting sorted out, and we're getting geared up to give it a go.
Mm-hmm. And you took the decision to go back to the polo game this year. Was it a difficult decision to make? Was it between it and a Fiesta, or was there any other cars in the mix then as well?
Really, it was down to the polo or the Fiesta. Mm-hmm. I studied the form really over the past sort of 6 months, even though I haven't been on the events, or I've still been watching and keeping an eye on the times, watching some clips and trying to get feedback from different people. So after Galway 2 years ago now, I've sort of settled into the polo pretty well, and to an extent I felt that I had really only scratched the surface with the car. So it was a bit of an itch to give it a go again and see what we can sort of extract from it now this time around. It's always a tough call, but it's a bit of a balancing act, and ultimately the polo sort of swung me this time.
Yeah. And you've done the recce there at the weekend. How do you think the stages will suit you?
Recce done one pass there on yesterday. So Gordon and I went down the road on Saturday night. Mm-hmm. I think the stages they're a bit more open this year than what they normally are. Quite flowing in places. Quite a lot of sort of wider roads than what we're used to, but there's still the usual Galway, tricky narrow lanes with grass down the middle. Quite a few junctions as usual, but there's a big variety. The stages are all pretty long. The Black Road's 20 kilometers, so overall it's a challenging event. Certainly, a big event to kick the year off. It's over 200 kilometers. Generally, I always feel good in Galway, so hopefully we can go there with a bit of confidence and get the head down.
Exactly, and it's good to see Galway back to the 2-day event again, isn't it? As well, too. That's another bonus.
Yeah, that's true. I think everybody looks forward to Galway at the start of the year. The spectators, the drivers, co-drivers, and everybody involved in the sport. So, it's a bit of a sort of get together for everybody again. I think a few people will enjoy the Saturday night down the town, and hopefully we'll be in our beds. But I think there seems to be a good buzz about. Even talking to a few people on Sunday, I think they're pretty excited about getting things up and going. Yeah,
and especially after the layoff with COVID and everything else, I think that's just added an extra dimension to it really this year, hasn't it? So.
Yeah, it definitely has. There's people I haven't seen from Galway 2 years ago, so it was nice to see some faces again and talk to people rather than over Zoom or over the phone or whatever. But I think everybody's excited.
Yeah, and looking forward to the weekend. What's your expectations of yourself and Gordon?
I feel I have to get a smooth start. I don't want any hiccups, so to speak. If we can get off on the right foot and build our speed from there, certainly want to be pushing as high up the order as we can. I it is a long event. 3 stages repeated 3 times on the Saturday, 2 repeated 3 times on the Sunday. So there is a bit of time to get your head, round the car again into the notes. But we certainly will be looking to push on, and at the end of the day, we'll be there to give it our best go.
Yeah. And do you see it as being a disadvantage, you not having any rallying under your belt? The likes of Callum coming into the event that was, done quite a bit of rallying last year. Or does that bother you? You go into it with your own mindset?
I feel I'm quite focused on my own preparation, but ultimately, it does count. Being in the car, it's it is about seat time, so we'll just really have to do everything else I can right to make up the difference.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, we can settle into the car, get a good feeling on the test, and just get our heads into gear and see how it fares out.
That's it. Yeah. And who do you see as your main competition then going into the weekend?
I feel this year's going to be very strong. Obviously, we have Callum, but not far, on hot in Callum's heels. You've the likes of Marion, Josh, Cahan, Johnny Greer's out in the C3. A lot of strong drivers. You've still the likes of Gary, Dona. So I feel everybody's been building their speed quite a lot over the last sort of 2-3 seasons in the R5s, and everybody's sort of starting to come to a level where they're really on top of their game. So if anything, it's just getting more and more competitive every year. And with that, everybody has to raise their game and try and be one step ahead.
Mm-hmm. I think you were a strong supporter of the championship going down the R5 route, and it's just that has taken it to another level again, really, hasn't it? Over the last, I suppose, 6 years? This is the 6th season now, isn't it?
Yeah, I feel it has. I can remember the meetings we went to down in Dublin. There was maybe 30 or 40 people at them, and at the time there was a bit of negativity about going down the R5 route because some of the World Rally cars were still competitive and still within homologation. But I think even over the last 3 or 4 seasons, we've been seeing 15, 20 R5s making appearances, and the championship has went from strength to strength, and the cars are a lot more accessible to people. So overall, it's been a step in the right direction for the championship.
Yeah, and is this a concentrated championship effort this year? Would you like to have that trophy come the end of the season?
I certainly would. But there's a lot of people will be saying that. So we'll start off with the aim to give it a good attack, and we'll take it as far as we can.
So and that's all we can do. And for spectators, it's going to be an exciting event. As you say, there 20 plus R5. All the top modified guys in the country there as well. It's going to be a treat for the guys and girls in the ditches.
Definitely is. I think there's going to be a lot of excitement on the first stage, and a lot of people tuning in to see what the times are like in the morning. So it's I suppose in a roundabout way, it's been a long time coming. Even though there was their events at the end of last year, I feel the buzz has sort of stepped up for this one.
Yeah. Because everything's getting going again. Championships, last year there was event running, but there was no points, or it was more of the fun side of it. It's getting just ratcheting up a wee bit more serious now again this year.
That's it. I think everybody has their head down, and they're sort of focused on getting a good start. All the fans and spectators are prepping in the background and sort of debating who's going to be doing what. So everybody's getting fairly wound up for it.
Exactly. So that was very interesting there, what Alastair had to say. Callum has his own thoughts here now, Callum Devine, so we caught up with him as well.
Oh, it's brilliant. As you were saying there before, there's 25 plus R5s there, and most of them's all just one after each other, so it's as strong as you'd like it, and yeah, hopefully you'll see them numbers maybe increasing throughout the year. You have a couple of guys still to come back, I assume, yeah, that'd be nice to see if the championship evolving. Probably it's only going to get better, I think, from each round.
Excellent, that's right. And have you been done the recce yet? Have you seen the DVD?
I did Sunday. Me and Brian, we went down Sunday. We says we'll take a wee look at them. So we did Sunday's recce. The stages, typical Galway weather. I'm predicting. It's a lot of mud in the stages, but the stages are really nice. Really good. There's plenty in them for the Friday or the Saturday. Sorry, and yeah, they're a lot faster on the Sunday too. So, but no, hey, looking forward to stages. To be fair, yeah, the weather now just be the one. So it's we'll just have to predict that when it comes to the weekend. But I'm assuming it's going to be probably bets.
Yeah, and like yourself, what's your hopes ahead of the weekend? You know, where are you at with the car? Have you got a wee bit more development done in the car over the winter?
Aye, as I say, we kind of always were just trying to get this car a wee bit more fine tuned for Irish tarmac, because you know it's a bit more different than anywhere else, I suppose. But yeah, we've done a wee bit of work after the Ulster. We tried to make that step forward on the Ulster, to make a bit of change, and yeah, we kind of made a step backwards in Ulster with the changes. But no, look, we've made improvements and we learned from them, and hopefully, yeah, we've done a wee bit after Ulster and we've done some testing, so we're hoping now that yeah, we're only going to step on forward to move on and get her more dialed into the Irish tarmac, and yeah, that's only going to happen. Maybe more events as they go on, you know. So no, we're looking forward to it, and I think the car's it's not going to be far away, I suppose.
And who do you see as your main competition going into the weekend?
There's I'd say there's plenty of guys who's going to be quick there, you know, out of the blocks, I'd say, and I think Declan Boyle there in the world car is going to be quite hard to beat. I had my work cut out for me when I was doing the Donegal Harris, as you know, and yeah, I know he doesn't have much seat time at that stage, but I'm assuming now he's going to have a wee bit more seat time this time round, so a lot be easy work with in that car. But in regards to the Tarmac Championship, I would say like if Alastair Fisher there, he won the event the last time round, and he's a top class driver as we all know, and there'll be a couple of other guys beating about the bush too. So we have Miriam Evans there now. He's got plenty of experience now in Irish soil, and he's learned plenty, I'd say, and he's in the polos, and yeah, there's a couple of guys. You have Daniel now too in the polo, and yeah, Cam McCourt was going well down to Cork too. So plenty of boys there to mix it up, as you know. And
that makes it more exciting for everybody. Like I would say, you enjoy being in the heat of the battle. You enjoy coming down to the stage and looking to see, you know, are you fast? Is it, you know, how much is in it? Is it like a tenth of a second? Is it a second? Like that's what rallying's all about, really, isn't it?
Aye, that's where I get the most enjoyment. Like, you're not, you know, you wouldn't want to be doing the championship just if you're the only one on it. You know, that sort of way, looking for trophies. You like it's the racing, and you know the adrenaline you get of getting to the end of the stage to see if you got time here or time there. Do you know what I mean? And you know, somebody really fast in the championship too. You have somebody to always race against and build your speed up. Like I think it showed in 2019. Me and Alastair's speed got a lot quicker, as well as everybody else's. When Craig was about, so no, it's good. You want to take racing, as I say, even from watching from the ditches. I know I've done it many times with myself, so you always want to see tight battles going on, you know.
Kevin, there's a really strong modified field in the Galway as well. You caught up with Kevin Eves in the Toyota Twin Cam. What did he have to say for himself?
Oh, definitely. Hey, I suppose we've been locked up for long enough, and we've kind of done 2 or 3 rallies towards the end of the year there. Hey, it's all been good crack. Hey, so we're looking forward to going ahead now in 2022, I think.
And you know, Tarmac Championship now starts, and the weekend coming up. Will you be racing for the championship?
Yeah, we did. We were registered for the championship, so that's kind of our goal anyway. Hey, we're gonna get out and try and do the championship this year. Hey, and hopefully a good list of modified boys signs up the same, and we kind of rattle through the year.
And like, you know, we know the kind of the terrain in Galway. You know, this time of the year the stages can be tricky. There can be a lot of mud and stuff on them. Is that something that bothers you, or do you know it's part and parcel of Galway, really?
No. Hey, so like, hey, I suppose it's rallying. Hey, it's not circuit racing we're at. So like, it's the way I look at it. Hey, if you pay your entry to Galway and you expect it to not have a bit of mud and a bit of tricky conditions, hey, it adds another edge to it too. Like, you have to be fussy on tires and try and pick your way through places, and notes. Like, your notes is a massive thing in Galway. Like, and it's Galway has always been relatively good to me, so touch wood, it stays that way.
and have you done any work to the car over the winter?
Ryan Loughlin there now. We've done a pilot. We've done a right bit of work again to the car, and even we were out today doing a bit, and is another bit of playing to do. So now, hey, we are very happy with the car now. Hey, we're getting there. We're back comfortable in the car, and hey, we were kind of happy all towards the end of the year, and I feel like we had a good enough few results there. Then a couple of rallies we were at the end of the year. So we're happy out now. How we'll push forward and see how we get on.
Yes. And what's your hopes then ahead of this weekend?
Okay, I suppose it's the same thing as every weekend. Hey, you're always going there to win. I suppose our big thing is to try and win the two-wheel drive, and if with some of the four-wheel drive machinery there and stuff, and even the two-wheel drive is tricky with the list of boys that's there. If we can battle for it for the weekend, hey, and see where we end up, that's our goal, anyway.
Yeah, the modified in particular this year, like normally Galway can kind of wee bit suffer the modified cars, but this year there must be 12, 15 guys, although who all think they're going there to win the rally.
Oh yeah. No, that has been I feel like that whole build up from COVID, seems to have kind of every rally now. It's a big competition. Where I know even say them 2 years, I would have done the Tarmac Championship 2 years previously, but like it was, even the championship, like it was nice to won the championship, but there was probably rounds within that which was more, you had a big race of boys there and they were difficult, where then some other rounds boys were falling out and in, where I feel like now after COVID everybody's pushing, like sure even Luxor, many R5 cars there.
That's true, 20 something odd of them, isn't there? Yeah, because
we're 26th on the road, like, and there's a full list of R5 cars in front of us, like, or something.
Yeah,
so that's mad.
Yeah, fantastic. It's brilliant to see it, isn't it? It's hopefully coming back into the heyday for Irish rallying again.
As long as it can keep going.
Well, that's the one. That's for sure.
Like it is always end is the bad bit.
That modified battle is going to be something else. Really looking forward to that. And finally, then caught up with them was Kevin Flanagan. Kevin last done the rally in 2015, and they won it, him and himself and Donna in the Focus. So here's what Kevin had to say.
I said it like Kevin, surely, yeah. 2015 was the last time I competed there. Last time we tackled the Tarmac Championship, we obviously won the rally that year, which was great. Looking forward to getting back at it, yeah.
Yeah, good memories of Galway?
Very good, particularly that year and actually the previous year as well. Some great battles down in Galway. It's always the first round of the championship and it's always sort of a big hurrah, everybody getting back out again, so it's good, looking forward to it.
And we've had no rallying now for the last couple of years. It's good to see Irish rallying back, hopefully, back now on a level playing field again.
Oh, that's fantastic. I mean, the entry is just phenomenal. Yeah. For anybody that's lucky enough to remember what it was like before the Celtic Tiger ran away, and it would remind you of that era, and it's brilliant. Obviously, there's a lot of new blood there now, and a few not so new bloods making their comeback as well, so it's great to see it.
Yeah, and highly competitive field there. What's your thoughts ahead of the weekend? Have you seen the stages or anything yet?
Had a look at the DVD. Stages are very typical Galway. They're going to be challenging, and at this time of year it's always Guthrie and Slibby. There's obviously a phenomenal entry, probably as good an entry as we've seen in a long time. I mean, it would be hard to see past a lot of the younger guys that are coming up through the ranks now. That's going to be good.
And who do you see as your main competition then for the weekend?
I don't know necessarily who you would pick. Obviously Alastair Fisher and Callum Devine and Catherine McCord, and there's lots of them out there. We have no real aspirations other than just to go out and cracking and enjoy the event. I think Declan Boyle, obviously in the World Rally car, he has to be a strong contender for the win. I think I'll be surprised if he doesn't win it. I think he'll be disappointed if he doesn't. That is the car. Although the weather could play and certainly the conditions could play a big part in that, so we'll see. I mean, I'm just glad to be part of it. It'll be great.
So lads, I suppose now it's time to put our money where our mouth is. We're going to look for a prediction of you for the top 3 overall and top 3 modified. So Ian, who's your money on? I'll write this down and we'll compare.
You can write it down if you want. I'm finding it hard to go past Alastair Fisher, Callum Devine, and I think Johnny Greer.
Okay.
Because Johnny is, I'll put it this way, I'm not going to put them in any order, but Johnny is always there at the end.
Yes.
And he's always on the pace. I think Alastair Fisher knows the polo and he knows Galway. He knows how to win now, which he didn't before. He tried so hard and he got so close. But once you win, you know how to win. And I think he'll do that. Callum Devine, still maybe the Fiesta is just not 100% sorted for Irish Tarmac yet. It will be, and no doubt he'll be thereabouts.
Yeah.
But then as an outsider, Marion Evans as well. But it's going to be between those 3 or 4.
Yeah.
And the modified, see to be truthful when you look at that entry, who knows? Who knows? They're all, it's the first round of the season. It's wet, it's slippy. They're all in very, really good cars. Kevin Eves, if he sticks it, he'll win it. It's just if he can stick it, the car can stick it. But Galway throws up so many different things, and an inch out of line, and there's big blocks that sit at the side of the road. You touch one of them, wheel off, that's you out. But I think it's just going to be a really good rally, and it's great to see it back.
Absolutely. And back as a 2-day rally, was even better again. So
proper rally.
And Conor, your thoughts?
Oh, Kevin, Ian, it's a tough one to call. I haven't checked out the weather forecast, and it's looking wet on the Sunday as well. I don't know. Johnny Greer's out, as you say, Ian, and he's out in the new version of the C3, which will be interesting to see how that runs as well. But for number one, it's hard to go past Alastair, especially he just hooked it up perfectly with the Polo last time out, and I can't see him not doing the same thing. Callum Devine, yeah, the Fiesta isn't just right yet, but damn it, he's quick. And not afraid of wet, sticky conditions either. And I'd nearly put Marion Evans as the outsider for the third. I think it'd be between Greer and Marion for a third. But I think Alastair to win, Callum coming in behind him, and I would say not be too far behind him either. Modified, yeah, hard to look past Kevin Eves. Although, we got Daniel McKenna, we've got Declan Gallagher. That's going to be a tough one. And you can like Gary Kiernan. So
that's true. Yeah. And I suppose I have to do it as well.
You do indeed, yeah.
I suppose I have to look at the Donegal man, Declan Boyle, and the world car. Will that wee bit of extra power, the diffs and one thing and another make the difference? I've a notion in Galway it probably could. Again, depending on the weather, the condition of the stage is one thing and another. So hard to look past Declan. Then there are 5 Rally 2 cars. You said it before, Alastair Fisher, Callum Devine. That's going to be some battle. I think it's going to be nip and tuck the whole way. Callum's a bit more seat time. Alastair's coming in a bit green now. He hasn't been in the car for 2 years. But Ian, you said earlier there, Alastair has that ability to step into a car and go fast. So interesting. I'm going to go, Declan for the one, Alastair, Callum, and then me outside, then Marion. I think Marion Evans now won't be too far away. He started to show great pace there towards the few events he done last year there. And he got a few ones in England that under his belt, which boosts his confidence as well. The modified, throw a name out of a hat. Kevin Eves, yep, definitely. He's changed his engine. He's won KGP now as well too, which his team's more comfortable with as well. Gary Kiernan, where do you go? James Stafford and the Darien. I think the Darien now could be very interesting, especially if the stages are a wee bit more interesting. Yeah, stages are a bit wider and a wee bit more open could suit the Darien. So I might go James Stafford. So I might go with that. Yeah, I think for James Stafford on the one. So
I tell you what, looking at the entry and the way we've got 15 stages, it's going to be some rally to watch.
It's going to be magic, isn't it? So that's it. This is the first Crunching Gears. Let's talk rallying. So until the next time, take care, speak soon, and bye.